Day 2 dawning here at the Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite at Lake Fork. Takeoff almost underway. Different conditions today for Day 2. After a stellar Day 1 at Lake Fork, it did not disappoint. Patrick Walters leading the way, a giant 32-plus pound day. Welcome into the TinCup Whiskey Facebook Live pre-show. Day 2 action here at the Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite. Such, Day 1. Didn't disappoint. You had to catch them big time just to be on camera today.
Had to catch them. What do we have? 8 bags over 25 pounds, Ronnie. 36 over 20. It's going on out there on Lake Fork.
Yeah, just to slip into the cut. 49th place, 18 pounds, 10 ounces for those guys. And yes, it is very top heavy. 32-14 for Patrick Walters. Quentin Capo with a career day yesterday, 28-15. He's up into second place. And basically, you had to have 25 3/4 just to make it on camera for Day 2 action.
You had to have a couple overs in there. Walters, 3 fish for 23 pounds.
Yeah, 2 7s and an 8. Josh Strassner brought in a fish to weigh in yesterday.
2 big ones.
8-14. We had 4 fish over 8 pounds. 76 over 5 pounds. An incredible showing here at Lake Fork. In conditions yesterday, the anglers said it was fishing off a little bit. There weren't as many bedfish that were giants that they were expecting to catch.
Clouds all day.
A little bit of cooler weather rolled into this area the last 2 days or so and has affected some of the big females on the bed, and they have either gone and pulled off and they'll be back, or they're gone for good and have finished their spawning portion. But as the anglers idle out right now live for takeoff, what do you expect today with the weather switch-up, Such? Weather coming in not as early as we expected.
No, it was supposed to start raining about launch, a little after launch, and then yesterday it said 10. Now it says afternoon the storms may start hitting, and they're scattered at first, and then we may have some nice storms.
Well, we had a camera with Walters yesterday, and we're going to have it with the leader again today, and we got to talk to him this morning at takeoff.
All right, guys, it's Day 2 of the Bassmaster Elite Series event here on Lake Fork. And the good news is we got the camera. We're going back live again on Day 2. That means we caught him yesterday. We had 32-14. We're actually thankfully in the lead. We had a really good day yesterday. Got some good bites. We have some weather coming in, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. I'm not doing what was kind of typical, listening to that doc talk about the bed fishing bite. That was what I had planned tomorrow to do yesterday. But I got 2 good bites first thing in the morning off some shallow points. So I kind of ran that for the rest of the day and luckily caught 3 out here, and I had 5 good fish for 32 pounds. So I'm going to stick with the kind of more of the offshore deal a little bit. It's shallow though. We're catching everything shallow. We're in probably 7 foot of water, but we're going to run that a little bit. But we got good overcast conditions. We probably will run up shallow, throw a swim jig, and kind of look for some spawning fish because there is a lot of fish still moving up. But if we catch them before we get to the bank, they're going to be good ones. So we're going to go do a little plugging today, go throw a big bait around, see if we can catch 5 big ones and make the weekend cut.
Patrick Walters picking up where he left off in November when he ran away with the biggest Elite Series winning margin, over 29 pounds here. He had 104 and second was 75. Not that great of a margin on Day 1. Obviously only 1 day of competition, but still over 30 pounds.
He's 315 up. Last year, Day 1 in November, he was behind Rick Clunn. Then he took a 9-pound lead on Day 2, then a 25-pound lead on Day 3. Blew it away with the record margin of victory, 29-10.
Guy we have seen struggle a little bit this year, but really getting his mojo in his home state now, Chris Zaldain.
Yeah, so we just got word from Lisa Talmadge, the tournament director here. Our day has been shortened. We're going to have some really nasty weather coming in. It looks like it's trying to come in right now, but later today, 2-3 o'clock, large hail, possibly tornadic. So she made the call that we're going to shorten the day, and instead of a 3:20 weigh-in, I'm going to have a 2 o'clock weigh-in. And yesterday I caught him late, so on paper it's like, the bite's later, but I didn't go to a spot until late yesterday. I was waiting for the wind to blow on it. The wind's blowing this morning directly on it, and it's a magical spot. It happens fast there. I saw him blowing shad out of the water. It's kind of a schooling post-spawn spot. There's a couple pre-spawn fish mixed in there every year, and they only bite big baits. So I'm stoked on that. Little mag draft action, little glide bait action, and maybe a huge top water. It's Fork. You can't mess around. Yesterday I picked up a spinning rod for a little bit just to try to pick off some bedfish I saw, but that's not my gig. I'm not doing it today. For the rest of the week, I'm throwing those guys.
There's some news for you fishing fans and for us here in studio. Today going to be shortened by just a little bit. Anglers going to check in around 2 o'clock instead of first flight checking in around 3 o'clock. So an hour shorter for these anglers. They're going to come in. They still have 4 flights. Anglers taking off with our 99 Elite Series Angler field. But like you said,
Safety
a lot of
first,
weather coming
Ronnie.
in. Yes, and it's going to be not just rain and thunderstorms, but like you said, high
Possible
winds,
tornado, hail. You don't want to be out there in the hail. There were a couple big fish caught late after we left, Ronnie. Quentin Capo to get to 28-15. He caught a 6'4" late, and Jason Williamson jumped up there in the 24-pound range with a 6'11" at 3 o'clock.
We just saw Brandon Card taking off here. He was one of the anglers who made our top 10 the last time we were here in the spring, 2019. He was in the top 10. He had a great showing there, and he is heading out in 3rd place today. We're going to have 6 cameras out on the water today, like you said already. Patrick Walters, Quentin Capo, Brandon Card. But we'll also have a little bit of action from Austin Felix, Chris Zaldane,
Sleepy Assassin.
Chad Morgan-Taylor.
Chad Morgan-Taylor's
Yeah.
a big day, 25-15, Ronnie.
To get in the top 10, you have 24.5 pounds. And we are doing the catch, weigh, release format. If you're going to tune in today for the first time, or if you saw yesterday, catch, weigh, release format, because the slot limit here on Lake Fork, which hurts normal tournaments, is 16 to 24 inches. You can't put 16 to 24 inch fish in the live well. So you have to have unders, which are 14 to 16, and you can bring in over 24 inches. And so all those anglers are looking for those overs. We had a couple brought in yesterday, and Patrick Walters shockingly had an 8.14 and a couple 7s, but they were not 24 inches long.
24 inches, yeah.
Short fish, but very fat, healthy fish here at Lake Fork, thanks to Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Oh my goodness.
He said he was hoping to find 1 or 2 fish off his points yesterday, Ronnie. When he got that 7-pounder early, he's like, hey, this could be on today. And then a couple minutes later, he caught another 7.
And then followed that up with a couple 4s and an 8, and there's Patrick Walters idling out now. Retook the Angler of the Year point standings, the top spot over Seth Fider. Came in about
8 down.
less
Now
than
he's
10
about
points
9
down.
up.
Now he's about 9 up, like you said.
That 8.14, boy, the TinCup's Big Bass of the day jumped up his bag to super bag, mega bag, 32 pounds. We've got 1 so far this year. We don't have any more today,
You don't know
you
if you're
think?
gonna zero, catch 8 fish, 5 fish. I mean, that's why it's fishing. So let's see if we can catch some.
Walter said he loves that takeoff, the uncertainty of whether you're going to catch him or not. We've seen it in the past. Such a guy who has 30 pounds on day 1, follows up with another 30, but it can be volatile on day 3. Today's conditions totally different, but they do set up for him, which is kind of interesting. If you're not from the Texas region, this part of the country, it is the spawn season. A lot of fish are up shallow, ready to spawn, but he's doing something off the beaten path, something different, fishing for pre-spawners, catching fish not super deep, but a little bit, and we'll be able to see it all go down today, 8 a.m. Eastern time on Bassmaster.com. We'll be live the entire fishing day, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time on Bassmaster.com.
It's going to be another
We'll see
big
you there.
day.